Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to The Sims 4. We're doing another speed build today. I'm going to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I currently cannot breathe through my nose. I am still unfortunately quite sick. It has morphed into something new. I haven't been this sick since elementary school though, so I'm still counting my chickens as they're hatched, ? I don't know. I was going to say I'm still counting myself lucky, and then I decided to go with the chickens, and I don't know what the plan was there. We're going to blame the cold medicine. Anyways, I still have to do voiceovers if I want to continue to get Friday videos out, and I still want to talk to you because I miss y'all, and I'm very excited to show you guys what I've been working on. I've been working on things a little bit slower lately though. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So I didn't really go in with a plan for this one. I knew I just wanted a little suburban home. I felt like I hadn't done like one of my kind of dated, just chilled out homes in a while. I wanted to go back to basics and just do simple suburban. I wanted a cute front porch and I wanted a deck. I knew I kind of wanted craftsman style, but that was about it. So I struggled a lot with picking the windows and the doors because I wanted wood, I wanted warm colors, I wanted it to be cozy and inviting, but I didn't really want rustic. I wasn't looking for like super farmhouse, just a little bit older, maybe vintage, but definitely not like super dated. I didn't think about the layout at all at first, and I think you can tell I was more worried about getting the front of the house cute and then the back of the house kind of cute, primarily the front of the house. It went through a pretty churchy looking phase, and to be honest with you, it still looks a little bit churchy if I stare at it too hard, but I think it leads heavily more home than church overall. And then when you get to the layout, you'll notice that I kind of built it a little bit weird. And originally the idea had been where the bathroom was, there was going to be a super cute little like bedroom space, but then it occurred to me that, a house actually needs a bathroom to be functional. I don't know why I forget bathrooms that often. I think maybe it's because in my head Sims are still kind of dolls, but like I've never played a Sims game where they didn't need to use the restroom, so I don't know why I forget bathrooms all of the time. But our mudroom ended up becoming our bathroom. I ended up taking quite a break from this one by accident because I had to be away from building consistency for a really long time. In fact, I'm just now getting into a schedule where I can build again. And so I have half-finished builds all over the place that I simply don't remember starting because I would have a thought and I would do it like quickly before bed or maybe get a few minutes on my lunch break. I haven't even had lunch breaks lately. So every time I pop into a new world, I'm like, oh, there's a build I started. I need a better way to keep everything straight. I'm thinking Trello board, but y'all, if you have a good system for keeping like projects like in your head, let me know because your girl could use it. Because this poor build suffered a lot from being forgotten. Because this poor build got forgotten, I ended up starting with filler furniture, which I do sometimes, but I had to do it specifically in this build because I could tell there was a layout in previous Amanda's head, but I couldn't for the life of me remember what I was supposed to be doing, and honestly, I don't know if this was the original layout, but the filler furniture helped me sort of visualize it. And then I totally forgot about this build a second time, so I put the filler furniture in, and you can watch me kind of like have a design inspo there, and then all of a sudden it'll cut and there's a whole different design inspo again because I spaced this build again. It fell out of my head, which is funny because where it is, I should have seen it. But anyways. It was kind of fun building an entryway into this house, although this house is kind of small to need the size of entryway that it got. It was kind of cool because I don't usually do a lot of what you might consider like wasted space in a build. I tend to be very practical as much as I can be with my layouts. I don't love when I end up with a build with like a landing or an entryway or something like that, but in this case it was really fun to have a cute little entryway, and I might start trying to embrace those wasted spaces as design inspiration because it was a really nice change and it separated out the bedroom from the living space, which was pretty cool. There is some value in those little nooks. They add personality, and I think it'd be really fun to start embracing that a little bit more. I kind of used the mantle on the fireplace as a driving tone for inspiration, and the couch to inform a lot of the color palette itself. So the main living space is very blue and yellow with like warm toned woods. I was going for vintagey without being cottagecore or grandma-core. I was going for someone very much like me who is like, I tend to like a little bit more contemporary, but I will happily pick up something cute at a thrift store or a garage sale. I love going garage sailing, so that kind of thing. And I've been sizing down side tables like it's my job because so many of them are cute but huge, so I don't use them. So I've started just sizing them down, which is so much more work because the slots don't work. But it makes it really nice. And honestly, like, they're not really used for gameplay. The lamps, like, your sim doesn't turn on a lamp, or usually they don't set things down on side tables, especially if you clutter them pretty heavily. So I wasn't too worried about it affecting gameplay. It was more just aesthetics. There's no office in this building, but there's plenty of space a computer could go. Personally, I'm a big fan of just having my Sims have a laptop sitting on their dining table, especially when it's a 4-seater and you have a single Sim or a set of like a couple, and you just leave it out. That's always a really good option. Or they can, because laptops are portable by definition, so she could pick them up and move them as she wanted. You could also put a computer nook in the entryway if you wanted. I believe there's plenty of space to work that one out. The only thing would be then your guests are walking into your office like the moment they arrive, and it would be a little bit hard to hide from the mailman if you're in a Zoom meeting. But there's lots of room for a nook in the entryway. There's also probably room for a nook behind the couch, and I did play with that idea, but I didn't love the way it looked. But there's plenty of room for like a living room style office. I tried to add lots of lamps because I'm loving lamplight in real life. I always have. I've always been a lamp girly, but I've been trying to incorporate more in my Sims game because it really does make the builds much more warm and palatable, and it changes the whole vibe, and it really makes the house seem more lived in and less staged. So I've been really excited to do that. That's been kind of my thing lately. The dining room took forever to work out because of wood tones and because I fell in love with the hutch first, and then everything had to be based on the hutch. And I didn't even realize till I was watching this footage back through that there's a decor slot in the hutch itself. I don't think I've ever noticed that. So you could totally go in and put something cool in there. I did not realize you could. But matching the table and the chairs and everything to the hutch took way longer than expected. I went with a blue kitchen because I haven't done one in a while. At least it feels like I haven't done one in a while. And it feels like it's a little bit out of my comfort zone lately. I've been doing very neutral kitchens. But I had a lot of fun. Those, I believe their Parenthood cabinets are just really great to do. It's a tiny kitchen. I think it's usable. I mean, it playtests fine. Sometimes those counters don't work, and the end counters don't work though. Sometimes they do. I had luck with them, so if they don't, you may just have to take like an end counter out and replace it with a normal counter. It still will match with the door. Like, it won't intersect the door or anything. But I had luck with them cooking on them just fine. Sometimes they don't though. So, you know, you might just have to play with that a little bit. I got most of the thinking out, but the appliances took so much thought and decision because I wasn't sure if I was going to go with a recently upgraded vintage kitchen or a revitalized kitchen, or if it was still going to have the old appliances, or what I was going to do. I'm pretty happy with what I settled on, but it took a while. I also ended up adding a wall to hide the fridge because it looked much more finished that way. Rugs were a pretty constant compromise in this build because I did not space anything out with any sort of regard for standard room organization, and then I went to do rugs and went, oh no. But I think they turned out okay. I'm pretty happy with all the rugs in the house. They've got a lot of personality, and I think they add to the build overall. I love a pretty dark hardwood, and I thought throughout the entire home wood floors in the same pattern would make sense. But I did something I almost never do, which is gray on the walls. It's a warm gray, it has some pretty patterning, and one could argue it's almost white, but it's gray, and you know me and my feelings on gray. But I liked the board. I liked how it matched the wallpaper, and I really liked that wallpaper, so I figured I could live with the gray. It was nice enough. It was a nice gray. Being a former Pacific Northwest resident, though, gray is a hard sell, man. So you have to imagine how much I liked that wallpaper to match it with a gray to make it work. I also dressed everything up with some vintage lighting, which naturally comes with the warmer light bulbs in this game. You can change that in game mode, but I like the warmth of the warm light bulbs. I like it in real life. I like it in The Sims. And it made the gray even warmer. It pulled out all of its warm tones, which helped me enjoy the gray more. I also was laughing really hard because this whole build has a little bit of a Little Simsie vibe to it. For those of you who aren't familiar, she's a YouTuber, and by the time this video goes out, she's just hit 2 million, which is really exciting. She is crazy. She builds a new house every day, and she's kind of known for building her blue Suburbans. I didn't go into this intending to build a blue Suburban, but I've said several times, quoting her on this channel, that the blue swatches are just great. And she's not wrong. When you go to build a suburban house, a lot of the simple, playful, but very practical and usable items in the game, the blue swatches are great. So we ended up building a little blue suburban home, which I thought was really funny. But I did pair it with warmer shingles and some warm undertones of the rockery, so I feel like it's a very warm toned blue, which again is not unusual for her, but it's not a cool toned blue. It's not like a cold, impersonal blue. I swap back and forth between white and wood trim throughout the house. It's definitely a choice, but I think it comes together, and I think it made it easier. It gave me a wider palette to work with. I don't think it looks bad. Mixing woods and mixing tones like that and mixing painted wood versus stained wood is something I'm trying to get more comfortable with because, quite frankly, in The Sims, you just have to. And sometimes I feel like my builds suffer because I'm trying to match wood tones, so then I change things and I change the plan to match wood tones. So I'm trying to get more comfortable with either close enough or maybe these complement each other instead. That's kind of the new vibe. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and apologize right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's a lawnmower. I've waited for a while. It's not actually a lawnmower, it's a tractor, but it sounds like a lawnmower at this point because it's just a little baby tractor. And their field is huge and he's going crossways, which means for the next couple of hours, you're going to hear it occasionally. And I don't have time to wait on these voiceovers. So the bedroom did stump me a little because I didn't want a staged bedroom look. I very much wanted that moved in, lived in vibe. And that's where I kind of really leaned into the this is furniture that's followed you around for a while vibe. The nothing matches, but it's all cute. It's all in the style. So it all has the same but nothing was bought together. Nothing was necessarily even bought with the intention to match. It's just cute because it's your life wrapped up in a bunch of furniture that's moved with you. I do hate with an absolute passion that you have to walk through the bedroom to get to the bathroom. But that's what I get for not thinking ahead and thinking it was a mudroom and then needing it to be a bathroom and then not planning where the kitchen was. This is my fault for not thinking through the layout. So, unfortunately, the only way to get to the bathroom is through the bedroom. But luckily, The Sims don't leave personal documents, and unless you have laundry day, they don't leave laundry out. So your bedroom is usually not a giant mess. So it's not the most embarrassing thing. But personally, I would hate this. I would hate this with a passion. However, the bathroom itself is really, really cute. I leaned into the custom shower thing. It's blue and yellow again, sticking with the theme. We had a trend here. I really like this bathroom. I think it's cute. It's definitely not super modern, but it looks well kept and well loved, and I like that a lot. I am really pleased with the homey feel of the backyard. The deck is super cozy with the little sitting area and the grill, and I put a wind chime because I thought it was cute, although I've heard some players don't love the wind chimes because they make a lot of noise, so feel free to delete if you use. There's some gardening plots out there because I think it's a good skill building item, but the picnic space, if you will, stole the show and stole my heart. I would spend all my time out there under that tree on those pillows, So cute, so comfy, and honestly, I think it fits into the neighborhood pretty good. Like, or in an area that feels like it would be picnicky, and I can honestly see your neighbors maybe coming in and using that. There's a space behind your house that is picnic tables, and I feel like it fits. So I think it's super great. I'm really excited about how that turned out. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to be it for me. I hope you're having a great day and you're feeling loved. And if you're not feeling loved, please know that I love you. I'm glad you exist. I'm glad you're hanging out. You make the world a better place just by being you. I'm so glad I got the opportunity to talk with you guys today. I have a couple more things I got to film, and I'm hoping the voice holds out, so we'll see. Anyways, this should be going up here on a Friday, and then you should see at least one more very cool build on a Friday before I have to get building again. And on Monday, you should be seeing Minecraft videos. Those are a little rough right now because I don't get multiple takes on those, and I still sound like this. But I hope you're enjoying the content on the channel. I have lots of ideas. If I could ever get life to chill out in this year of our Lord 2024, we'll get back on track. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Mwah.